Good morning and welcome to today's lesson. Today we are going to talk about set and aspect, which is a rationalization and conjugate of set. And if you are new to my video, kindly like my YouTube channel, subscribe, Ultimate Mathematics Frederick, and also my Facebook page, Ultimate Mathematics. The profile picture you see it mathematical formula. Okay, when we talk about rationalization, it's simple. Rationalization is a process of eliminating the denominator of an expression containing set or square root. To get a better understanding of what I'm saying is that rationalization is the process of converting an expression into an equivalent expression whose denominator is a rational number. So all what I want to say is that when we have an expression, let's say a over b root c, this expression that we have a over b root c, when we are to rationalize this expression, what we are to do is that we need to do everything possible in order to take away the square root from the denominator. So what we are going to do in order to get rid of the square root from the denominator is that we are going to multiply the denominator, the square root and its content at the denominator in order to eliminate the denominator. And we are going to multiply the content of the square root by itself, both the top and the down. So we are going to multiply the numerator by root c and the denominator also by what? Root c. We are dealing with rationalization. So we are going to get a root c all over b root c times root c. Yes, so a times root c, a times root c, and b root c times root c. So from our previous lesson, we learned that when we have root a times root a is equal to a, and I have proved that in that concept. So when we have a root c, is going to give a times root c is going to give us a root c all over b, and we know that root c times root c will be giving us c. So I have a root c all over b c. Let me quickly give an example again. For instance, when we have 1 over root 3, what we are to do is that we are trying to eliminate the square root aspect of this, and we are trying to we don't want the denominator should be in a form or in a set form, but I want to get a value. So what you are going to do is that when we are rationalizing, we multiply the denominator by both the numerator and the denominator again. That is the only way we can do in order to get what the correct in order to rationalize the whole thing. We need to multiply the denominator, which is having a square root, with what? Both the numerator and the denominator. So we are going to get root 3 over, we know the property root a times root a is a, so root 3 times root 3 will give us what? 3. So by so doing, we have rationalized this. Let's take a different example. When we get root 5 over root 8, root 5 over root 8, what we are going to do over here is that we should take serious note over this. What we are going to do here is that we are going to maintain this root 5. We don't quickly multiply the denominator with the numerator. But what you do is that we try to break this down, because this is the constitute of what? A perfect square number and a non-perfect square number. What I'm trying to say is that when we break this, we will get what? 4 times 2. And the 4 here is a perfect square number. and the 2 here is a non-perfect square number. So we can still come down, get our root 5 all over 2 root 2. Yes, so at this side we have broken the whole thing in order to get something like this. So what you are going to do is that we multiply both the numerator and the denominator by the surd and its constituent, or by the radical sign and its constituent. So we have root 2 all over what? Root 2 again. So here we're going to get root 10 all over 2 root 2 times root 2. So finally it's going to be root 10 over 2 times 2. So we get root 10 over 4. That is what you are going to get. Okay. Let us look at conjugate of surd. When we talk about conjugate of surd, it's also very simple. Conjugate of surd simply means changing of the middle sign between 2 terms. Changing of the middle sign between 2 terms. So for instance, when it comes to conjugate, changing of the middle sign between 2 terms. So when I have x plus y, or x plus, let me say when I have x plus root y, when they say I should find the conjugate of this, the conjugate is going to be x minus root y. So simple. So changing the sign between 2 terms, that gives you what? The conjugate, simply. So let's take an example. Questions might come in this form. Let me say I have 2 plus 2 over 1 plus root 2. So finding at this point, to find the conjugate, you need to do the first thing that we have learned here. Finding the conjugate of this. You are going to change the sign, all right. But what is going to happen is that after changing the sign, something is also going to happen. So we are going to express this as 2 over 1 plus root 2. We multiply the conjugate of the denominator by the numerator and the denominator again. So we multiply the conjugate, that is 1 minus root 2, 1 minus root 2, by both the numerator and the denominator. Why we are doing that is we are doing it so that when we cancel this by this, it's going to be 1. And it wouldn't affect this. So equal to, so 2 times 1 minus root 2 all over, when we multiply 1 plus root 2, then 1 minus root 2, what we are going to get is, let's do it simply. So 1 and minus root 2 plus root 2, then minus 2. So you can see that we are taking the square root away. So we have 1 minus root 2 all over 1 minus 2. So I'll get 2, 1 minus root 2. Since 1 minus 2 give me minus 1, so let me just keep the minus here. So this is my final answer. Thank you, viewers. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Ultimate Mathematics Frederick, and on Facebook, like my page, Ultimate Mathematics. The profile you see, Mathematics Formula. I also thank people, my supporters, and my paramount supporter is God's Way Enterprise. Go there, visit the shop at Nkwanta, purchase a whole lot of stuff, purchase plenty stuffs at low and affordable prices. God bless you. Bye bye.